Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the High Moving Podcast. It's college football weekend, man, so I figured why not talk about it. And I'm going to talk about USC versus Utah. And Lincoln Riley, the former head coach of Oklahoma, brings the same carnival act to Southern California. And I got to say, man, talk about letting Caleb Williams down. 2 weeks in a row, they lost badly to Notre Dame. And then this week at home, they lose a highly contested game, especially towards the end, to Utah, who's been doing good in the Pac-12. You know, they're in that mix with like Oregon State, those really good one-loss teams. It was at Oregon State. At first, Utah, I think UCLA's one loss, probably not anymore. But they're in that like second tier type of good team. In the Pac-12, so this game was going to be a challenge for USC. Just because it's a conference game, but also too is that Utah is ranked and we're ranked higher than USC, and I'm not surprised honestly that Utah won the football game. Hell of a run by the quarterback for Utah, Bryson Barnes at the end of that game. That was a crazy run, gutsy, heads up. It was tough, but. Anyways, though, Lincoln Riley, man. Yo, it's hard to coach USC, and really since Pete Carroll left, there hasn't been really a coach to take them to national championship or playoffs. And, this is who Lincoln Riley is. He's good enough to get you to a bowl game, maybe get you, in a college football playoff game, but don't expect anything more. His defenses have always been bad. But I know the USC defense stepped up toward the end of the game, and they had that crazy pick six to keep them in it against Utah in the fourth. So it's you have a Heisman Trophy quarterback winner in Caleb Williams, who's projected to go number one in the NFL in the 2024 NFL draft. If he does decide to go, and I think this really just seals that. Why stay at USC? Are they going to improve the defense? Really? Does Lincoln Riley, makes this a smart decision on his part to go? And he had a. It's funny too. He had a. It's okay. So the stat sheet says no touchdowns, no interception, but 256 yards. He was 24 of 34, so he was pretty efficient. He did have a fumble, so he did have a turnover, or he had a fumble. Okay, well, he fumbled it, but okay, it wasn't lost though. So. He had a clean game, honestly, but just not impactful. But the numbers, 256. Anything over 250 for passing yards is pretty good. These past couple weeks hasn't been himself. So, as far as Heisman goes, unless he goes on a crazy tear, I think that's pretty much done. Tough loss for USC because I know they still had a chance to control their destiny and win the Pac-12 possibly. And still trying to get the college football playoffs, but no. And it brings up another interesting question as well. I'll finish up with this: would he have been better off staying at Oklahoma? Right? You see what former Clemson coach, defensive coordinator Brett Venables is doing. Look, the first year 6-7, then look out the gate this year 7-0, quick turnaround. Would Caleb Williams have been a better fit playing for the Sooners this year, right? Team has a slightly better defense. I know it's the Big 12 or whatever, but you have a defensive-minded head coach, but Oklahoma, they know offense as well, considering what Lincoln Riley has established out there. So, they got offense on lock in Oklahoma, and they got a great coach out there, defensive-minded coach, and when you combine that with Caleb Williams' talent, that would have been something to see, right? But that's always hindsight now, considering how the season's going for USC. I know he decided to follow Lincoln Riley because that was, Lincoln Riley's guy, and Lincoln Riley was his guy. So I totally understand that aspect of it. But very interesting thought though, right? Where would the Sooners be? They're already. They're undefeated. I know what do you mean where would they be? They're undefeated, right? But how good could they be if they had Caleb Williams and decided to stay, right? But here we are. So, just unfortunate loss. Anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think about all this. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.